Well, welcome to Hemswell Antiques Centre, Robert Miller, part two.
Hello, right. We're going now into building number 1. So this is the original building that we opened in May 1986.
So this was the very first of the buildings.
Yeah, so we opened this in 1986.
Right.
So when we first came to this site, there was no water, no gas, no windows.
Nothing.
It was just a totally derelict site.
Why did you pick the area?
We were originally from Northamptonshire, and we came up here and we were looking at a new business opportunity and thought this would be the place to start.
Right, because it's a very big spot, isn't it? Right, well, I'm going to follow you.
Okay, so this is this dealer here, in this room here and in this room here, is our number 9 dealer.
What do you mean number 9?
He was the 9th dealer to start in.
I thought you were going to say number 9 in the popularity states.
He was the 9th dealer.
So he's been here since the 80s?
36 years.
Get out of town. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful?
And hence the reason why you'll see none of the walls have been refabricated or anything, but you'll see as we go around.
Right.
Every room is changed as a dealer moves out.
Oh, I see. So this is bang on 1980s, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, when you look around here, so you must have come into this as a young man in the 80s.
Yeah.
How do you feel when you walk around this place? Is this your favourite building because of that connection? Or?
Yeah, I think this is my favourite building, but obviously the guard room now, because we've invested so much and given it the kind of appearance and just the presentation as you walk in, the wow factor, it is probably on par with this building as well.
Right. Okay.
So we've got David and John Hansford, who are very well known in the trade.
Yeah, lovely.
They've been with me for probably 7 or 8 years. Do great, some fantastic stuff.
Yeah, and no money. Look at that, 795. Yeah. I mean, serious value for money,
Brilliant.
Robert, isn't it?
And it's great to see these dueling pistols. You know,
oh, yeah.
To see those, you know, in a case as well, is quite something, really.
It really is. Who are you selling to generally?
I would say 65 to 70% is the general public and 30% is the trade.
Right, and that will be international as well,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And look at those.
I would say we are up to probably about 10 to 15% is going overseas.
Right, and is that something that you're hoping to improve upon?
Very much wanting to grow. There's too much doom and gloom in this country.
You're so right.
I don't want to listen to the news. I'm fed up of listening to the news, and we're kind of really marketing this business very heavily digitally, and with what we're doing in China, really exciting. And I think, you know, I've just got to forget what I'm listening to on the news and just go with my gut instinct, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, I did the guard room through gut instinct, bought that over lunch very quickly when it went into receivership. You know, it went in on receivership at 9 o'clock in the morning. I bought it by 5 o'clock that evening.
Good man.
You know, because you've got to go with your gut instinct.
You know what? I like the fact that you're not listening to the news. Yeah. I try and avoid the news because I think the news is designed to depress you, isn't it? And look at this place. How you don't want to be depressed in a place like this. It's just look at those Venetian glass. I think absolutely gorgeous. You know. Oh, this place is a celebration of life, Robert, and good times. Yeah, it is.
You know, we get a lot of people. This was a refugee camp
during the war.
After the war, so that was in the kind of 70s and 80s. Wow. And I had somebody here that came here 50 years ago and had nothing but a suitcase full of silks. Wow. And her father brought his whole family here, and the lady came here with her husband last year, and it was the 50th anniversary, and she was a top person within IBM in London, and her brother was a top lawyer in London.
Isn't that fantastic? She had a connection to this place.
Yeah.
Isn't that lovely? Oh my gosh, and talking of lovely, look at this stuff.
So not everything's on the web. I wish everything was.
Well, I think
we're trying to put more and more onto the web.
I mean, you've got how many objects? 60,000 pieces in total?
Easily.
So, I mean, seriously, don't beat yourself up. You're never going to get them all on the web.
No, I just would like to, because I know we'd sell more if it was on the web.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What about percentage terms? Are you finding percentage-wise more sales on the web, month on month?
Very slow. Since
Right.
COVID, since the end of COVID, it has slowed down a bit.
Yeah.
But the foot traffic is really ramped up considerably.
But I love that, because the big complaint when you go to auction these days is there's just no people there. But this place,
People want to touch, feel and see. They
Yeah.
want to touch, feel and see.
and it's very welcoming here, Robert. There's no signs. I've seen a couple of signs with some very fine furniture saying, please don't run your fingers on it. Fine.
Yeah.
But it's very welcoming.
Yeah.
It's very touchy-feely, isn't it?
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
You know, we've tried to make it a great experience.
Yeah. The buildings are enormous.
So these have recently been had this material put on them.
Yeah, it's nice.
This isn't what we're going to be putting on this wall. We're just waiting for somebody to move into here. These are some new cabinets that we've just recently put in.
Would you like to hold them for you in the behind the
But
desk?
you can see the quality of the
Yeah.
stock. So again, all these items are on the web,
Right.
and the dealers put
Oh, I
these on
see.
themselves.
You've got
This
you've got them
dealer's
on.
put them on. So,
Anything else?
so we, just try and make everything.
Thank you.
It's almost like no excuse not to buy, because all the information is there.
Thank you.
And once you know the system, if you want to think about it, you can go home and look at it on the web.
Exactly.
Particularly if you've got that 360 that we saw in the last video.
Yeah, yeah. And everything's got a stock number in it anyway. Everything
Yeah.
has a stock number, so we know whose it is with a dealer number. And you know, my team of staff, we've all got mobiles. Everybody's numbers are on our mobiles. So if I'm walking around with buyers, I can ring them while I'm walking around with a buyer. So you know, if they want to know any more information about
Yeah.
the individual item. This was an extension that we did. Can't remember.
Look at those, aren't they very grand, aren't they? Terribly grand.
Yeah.
Go on, sorry, I get distracted by the things.
So this is a new extension that we did. I can't remember the exact year I did it now. It was opened by Eric Knowles actually.
Was it?
There is a plaque upstairs, so you can
Ah.
see. So all we've done really is infill the age of this building.
Right.
This was one of the first things that I did. But you can see how thick the walls are.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You know, they're bomb-proof buildings.
Yeah,
This building.
probably literally
Yeah, they are.
from the
you know.
wall. Yeah.
So this is Skip and Janie. They're NEC dealers.
Hello, hi there.
Some
Hi.
great.
Hope you don't mind appearing on the video.
I bought a camel from you.
Oh, you bought a camel
in
from me.
Barnard Castle. Yes.
Well, no one's ever said to me that. I bought a camel from. Is it still alive?
it is still alive and very much admired.
Fantastic. Well, that's lucky, isn't it? Because if you wanted to return it, it's too late. Yeah. Nice to see you again.
You.
I bought a camel from you.
So you can see, you know, we've still kept the one-way systems.
Oh, from
And
COVID
this
days.
is from COVID, and this works absolutely
Kind of works.
fantastic.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, IKEA have always done it,
not
haven't they?
IKEA, but it does.
Yeah.
You know, and it really does work.
It's actually very helpful, to be honest, because it's so big, this place.
You don't miss anything.
No, and you would have never have thought about it unless COVID had come along. So there's always good from bad, isn't there?
Very much.
Yeah.
Very much.
And after COVID, were you just itching to get back in and get going again?
I think after the third lockdown, I was mentally
Yeah, deranged.
frazzled, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, I know.
Because every time we reopened, it was just incredible. There's such a pent-up demand.
Yeah, yeah.
It was incredible. It really was.
And I think when you go through something like that, and we've all been through it, it makes you appreciate just things like this, people around, meeting people, chatting, seeing beautiful things in the flesh.
You can see.
Oh,
there's
my
some,
goodness
you know,
me.
some lovely clocks.
So let's have a look at this system. So I can see the dealer, I can see that it's online.
Yeah.
There's the price, there's the reference number. You know, no mistakes can be made.
Service, and these are all serviced. Come
Are
with
they?
a guarantee with them as well.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's £2,000 is a lot of money, but not for that, Robert.
No.
Not for that.
But you've got to remember there is a north-south divide.
Yeah. Do you find that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a lot of dealers come up from the south
Right.
and buy
They can buy well here.
and take, you know, back. In Japan, they put 10 times on the asking price.
They don't. Well, I never.
Yeah. So,
We could go on forever, couldn't we? I mean, literally, and it wouldn't bother. Yes. Oh no, go on. Do you mind? Go and ask me this. Go on.
Can I just have a photo?
Yes, of course you can. Yeah, Robert, can you do the camera work? Come on then. Where are we going? There you go. There you go, Robert.
It's just my husband
Cameraman.
was with me when I bought the camel in
Oh,
Barnard
right.
Castle, and I just looked at.
Oh right. Sorry, is this not your husband?
No, this isn't my husband. I was at college with him.
Oh,
Patrick, no.
does your husband know you're out with him?
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Thank you so
Lovely
much.
to see you
Thank
again.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
give my
you.
best to the camel.
I will.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry about that.
So that was the old entrance to the coffee shop, but because of COVID, and
Yeah.
it's still quite a tight entrance, and there we're now going the other way around. And actually,
Yeah.
again, it's something that we've learned, and we will not be opening this entrance anymore.
Yeah. My goodness me, I mean, ironwork.
Yeah. So when I first came here, these cabinets were, the glass was about that big. So we smashed all these walls out, and then we have these cabinets fitted in. So they've got the 5 mortise locks and the laminated glass. And
But
the
it's-
appearance is so much
It's
better.
just the little details, isn't it? It makes all the difference. That now is a really good
Yeah.
selling area where you're right, if it was that big,
Yeah, it
what
was
could you
rubbish.
do with them?
It was rubbish.
Yeah.
So again, you can see these are all related to the web. You get a lot of overseas buyers that don't speak English that come in with a printed bit of paper, and it's got the number on, and we know exactly where the item is and where the dealer is.
Wow.
So you can see what we've done around the walls. You know, we've actually pegboarded and put a fabric on the walls so
Yeah.
that people aren't knocking things into the walls anymore. Just trying to lift the buildings themselves. And we've got all new LED lighting in every room in Hemswell now.
It's all in the tiniest of the details.
Very expensive doing this, but you have to do it. You know.
You do? I think you've got a great attitude, I do.
Our electricity went up 135% last year.
Yeah.
And that's why we're just starting putting 350 panels on the roofs starting next week.
Really, solar panels.
Solar panels. We're not going for a battery system yet. We're going to see how much we use in the first year as to whether we then put a battery.
Well, you're going with the times, aren't you? I love that. Can I just say, I love that staircase. Isn't that absolutely wonderful? I'm so pleased you've kept that. Because isn't that beautiful? I mean, the buildings themselves are so interesting as well. I mean, it's a proper day out. Now, do you find that people will visit and stay overnight somewhere local?
We get a lot of people coming up from, well, anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world, people are coming, and they do stay local. Some of them stay at our hotel at Hemswell Court.
Hang on, sorry, you've got a hotel?
So we have a family member, my stepbrothers have the hotel at Hemswell Court.
Right.
And the person that's MD of that was actually started for us as a YTS student. So, you know, he's progressed in the business somewhat.
Right, so you can even accommodate people to stay overnight.
Yeah.
You just give them no excuses not to buy, Robert. You're a master.
Well, you have to do it. You have to do it. Isn't it a great bed?
Do you know
This is
what?
just
I think that's your strap line. You've just have to do it.
Yeah.
You've just got to do it.
Yeah.
And I think you are just doing it, and it's just working.
Yeah. I'm not a person that stands just get on and do it. If I can, I will do it. And I'll make things happen.
You do.
And I
You
think-
obviously
I
do.
think the difference is
Wow. Go.
I'm my own boss.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can I just? I've never seen that before. That's a bit wild, isn't it? It's kind of. Who's it by?
is it Danish?
It looks Danish, doesn't it? Scandinavian, yeah, rocking chair, very rare. 695. That is a very unusual design. I mean,
Do you want
There-
to sit in it?
I will. Let's have a sit. See what you like as a cameraman. I think it's a rocker, isn't it? Hey, I tell you what. I don't know about my legs being wide. I'm not so sure about the design. The reasoning behind it, Robert, is questionable. Funky though.
Yeah, very different. It is nice, isn't it?
Wow. Well, Robert, brilliant. Absolutely great to see you, as ever. Thank you very much for showing us around.
You're a pleasure, no problem at all. You know, it's nice to have you here, David, and I'm sorry it's taken you 15 years.